Xinjiang region. The replica sits at a missile testing site. Analysts told Bloomberg China may be using it to test anti-ship weapons. The replica has been there since June and resembles a U.S. Navy guided missile destroyer. The U.S. 7th Fleet, which patrols the Western Pacific and waters near Taiwan, operates these warships. The Department of War declined to comment. China has built several mock-ups of U.S. Navy warships in recent years. In 2021, China built missile targets in a remote desert shaped like a U.S. aircraft carrier and 2 U.S. destroyers. Meanwhile, the U.S. also uses replicas of Chinese surface-to-air missile systems to train the U.S. Air Force. China has also built replicas of Taiwan government buildings at military bases. At its largest base in Inner Mongolia, China has a mock-up of Taiwan's presidential office. In 2015, Beijing released footage showing Chinese soldiers attacking a similar structure during a drill. China's most advanced aircraft carrier sailed through the Taiwan Strait on Tuesday, according to Taiwan's defense ministry. But there's a catch with the carrier's name, Fujian, that's the name of the Chinese province directly across the Taiwan Strait from Taiwan. In the event of an invasion, Chinese forces would likely launch operations from there. The Taiwan Strait is the body of water separating China and Taiwan. At its most narrow point, it is only about 80 miles wide. While it is considered international waters, sailing through the strait is often viewed as a provocation. Western countries, including the U.S., Germany, and France, also sailed through the strait in response to Beijing's growing aggression in the region. Almost every day, Beijing sends military ships and aircraft around the island, putting pressure on Taiwan's democratically elected government. Taiwan's military must be able to react immediately if war breaks out, as the warning time before a potential Chinese attack continues to shrink, Taiwan's defense minister said Wednesday. Taiwan is currently conducting 5 days of immediate combat readiness drills, based in part on a scenario in which China turns a routine military exercise around the island into a real attack. The drills reflect growing concerns that Beijing could launch military action with little or no advance warning. Britain, France, and Germany are raising concerns over recent Chinese Coast Guard operations in waters off Taiwan's east coast. They warn the activities could undermine regional stability and freedom of navigation.
Earlier this month, China dispatched Coast Guard vessels to the area for what it described as a maritime traffic law enforcement operation. Beijing is saying the move was a response to Japan and the Philippines announcing formal talks on their maritime boundaries. Taiwan rejects China's claims of authority in the area, saying Beijing has no jurisdiction over waters off Taiwan's east coast. Chinese officials said Coast Guard crews inspected 198 passing vessels and rectified violations involving what it called rectified violations involving 3 ships. Taiwan, however, says 3 merchant vessels transiting the area were harassed by Chinese Coast Guard ships.
For the first time in almost 2 decades, the U.S. is allowing Iran to get paid in dollars for its oil sales. The Treasury Department issued a 60-day license and destination. The Chinese ships have major Chinese firms of helping Beijing's military, what it could mean for the U.S.-China trade relations. Could your fitness tracker be sending your... Taiwan's military has launched a 5-day combat readiness exercise. It says the drills are aimed at strengthening its ability to respond quickly to potential threats from China.
The exercises began today with armored vehicles conducting readiness patrols along a highway. The military says the patrols are designed to familiarize troops with tactical positions and routes that could be used during a contingency. Taiwan's defense ministry says the exercise focuses on training units to follow combat procedures. They should also train understanding the battlefield environment and improving protection of critical infrastructure. That includes government facilities, airports, and transportation routes. Taiwan regularly conducts readiness drills as it seeks to boost its defenses amid ongoing military pressure from China.
The drill comes after a series of Chinese naval deployments near Taiwan this month. 2 weeks ago, 5 Chinese ships claimed jurisdiction over waters near the island. They questioned 3 commercial vessels about their origin and destination. The Chinese ships have since been expelled. And prior to that, Beijing also sent 4 vessels east of Taiwan, calling it a special operation. Chinese and Taiwanese Coast Guard ships have also faced off near Pratas Island, a Taiwan-controlled island in the South China Sea.
节目最后，我们请老师呢用1分钟来总结一下今天的讨论。
好，我们今天讨论几个问题。第一个就是国民党主席郑经文访美已经回到台湾啊，两个重点。第一个就是说他在访美期间的很多的论述，其实都涉及到我们的主权利害的关系，跟我们国家得失有一些论述本身其实是有待商榷，而且是充满争议所以经过这一次美国验证之后，所谓的郑义文路线，我觉得国民党我衷心的期待要好好的去做一个检讨应该要悬崖勒马因为这样一个路线其实对国民党来讲不是加分，绝对是个扣分那么第二个我们讲的说俄乌战争怎么结束嘛G7也处理到这个问题那么我提出一个就是说战败是不是个单一的概念，它有很多种战败有很多种包括在地缘政治上孤立这个俄罗斯在金融这个层面来孤立俄罗斯而且继续冻结它在海外3000亿的这个资产永不解冻那么这个会对俄罗斯让它所谓的自行战败就我没有办法把你打败，但是你因为这样的一种策略本身可以让俄罗斯自行宣告自行战败那么最后我们又谈到就是说这一次刚刚签署嘛美伊之间的这一个停火谈判，这个停火谈判本质上来讲美国基本上是达标了主要的目的达标。当然早先说什么要这个什么 regime change 嘛，什么推倒伊朗政权让人民起来革命等等的但那个最高目标了那次要目标几乎全部都达阵了所以他成功的要素只有一个，伊朗本身必须是要乖乖的要履约因为签约是一回事，履约才是，所以会从过去的这个停火谈判进入到履约战争，就是美国跟伊朗之间的履约战争当然它有可能有一些变数这些变数我也讲到它有涉及到利害相关的第三方，也以色列不是签署方，黎巴嫩的真主党也不是签署方，所以他们不受约束的情况之下，会不会太冲动引起了一些他们之间的冲突嘛？另外一个就是说，我们从代理模式的来看的话，越来越衰弱嘛，所以伊朗可能也叫不动他的伊斯兰兄弟然后以色列也未必听美国的话，所以任何的零星的攻击都会使得这个协议产生很大的折扣。另外就是荷姆兹海峡的控制权，这个我们不先下定论要由未来的60天来去谈判但是我们可以确定的一点就是说是从物理战争转换到这个履约战争的过程当中美国是站在一个绝对的优势所以我认为美国如果说是能够真正遏制了伊朗的核武的话确实是可以展望一个中东和平的曙光
好的，感谢，希望到。